A looming strike by the Department of Home Affairs employees had been averted on Friday, and today the workers are to be informed about the agreement reached. The National Education, Health and Allied Workers Union has said that they have signed an agreement with the department which put brakes on the imminent strike. According to the union, they had been persuading the department to withdraw a rule that introduced new working hours. The Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council briefed the media on the settlement agreement that's halted the strike, and the agreement reached is as follows. The Home Affairs withdraws the circular by introducing the shift system on the 2nd of March. All consequences related to the implementation of the circular system that negatively impacted employees will be reviewed and reversed. Operations within Home Affairs will revert to conditions that prevailed prior to the implementation of the circular system, including volume work on Saturdays. Trade unions withdraw their notice of intention to strike. And lastly, parties will enter into collective bargaining on working hours at the Departmental Bargaining Chamber of the GPS SBC. We are now joined in by our ANN7 reporter, Basetsana Fora, for more on the story. A very good morning to you, Basetsana. Well, just tell us, have you spoken to any of the workers? Are they satisfied with the agreement made?
Good morning to you and to the viewers. We are in Cape Town as we speak, where the looming strike is at hand. We've spoken to some of the union representatives who are representing the workers themselves, and some of the challenges that would come with working an extra Saturday, will impact the workers financially and both socially, because then they would have to, find alternative ways to take care of the children at home, as well as financially they would have to spend more in getting to and from work on that Saturday. Unions went and bargained with the Home Affairs Department, and they've came out with some consolidations as to what will be the way forward. But I do have with me Ivan Hendricks, who will give us more detail as to what has happened and what will happen from now on. Good morning to you, Mr. Hendricks. Thank you so much for joining us. Can you please give us an update as to how the negotiations went about between PSA Nahau as well as the other union and the Department of Home Affairs?
Good morning to all your listeners and viewers. My name is Ivan Fredericks, and I'm pleased to have this opportunity to speak on your television today. This matter comes way back from 2015, when the Director General, Mr. Apleni, has issued a circular to compel our workers to work on Saturdays. Working on Saturdays was a voluntary matter. People could decide when they want to work, and they could then liaise internally when they will get time off, etc. But the moment that they issued, without negotiating, a unilateral decision, we believe it is like slavery to our members. And unfortunately, people took notice that the PSA will not allow its members to be dictated by people who has power. The message is clear. People who has power should not abuse their power and not infringe on our members' rights. They have done this decision without thinking of the hardship of our members. They are mothers. They have to pay for extra transportation. They have to pay for creche and preschool and all those people, and people that will look after the children while they are working. And this is the reason why we stood up and said this is enough is enough. It is time that the Department of Home Affairs should know we cannot allow our members' rights to be exploited. They have signed a contract for a 5-day week. Saturdays was out of the goodness of their hearts to serve the public. And that is the kind of members we have in our union, and that is that we want to serve the public, and we know it was a help for them to come on a Saturday morning. So we will encourage our members. We're not saying we don't want to work on a Saturday. It will go back to the previous dispensation where people did it voluntary, and where they have internal arrangements where that are concerned.
Let's talk about the negotiations that you had with the department. What were the outcomes of?
Yeah, we went through 6. Let me just give you a little bit of background. The Department of Home Affairs took us to 6 court cases, from the CCMA to Labour Court, Labour Appeal Court, and several others, right up to the Constitutional Court, which the PSA has won. The Director General, which I believe it wasn't a good decision of him, he took us back to the Labour Court on Thursday, where we won again. It was at this moment that the Minister of Home Affairs and the Minister of Public Service decided to intervene. And right through very late that night, we have decided that we can reach an agreement. And if you allow me, I will tell you what is the zest of this agreement, if I can read it to you. The settlement agreement is that we acknowledge that a dispute on a matter of mutual interest was declared in 2015, and the matter was finally conciliated on the 6th of June 2017. And we have reached the following agreement: the Department of Home Affairs withdraws the circular introducing the SIF system dated 2 March 2015. That alone is a victory for the workers, because I believe that if Home Affairs could get this right, it will move to justice, it will move to other places, and that is why we stood up.
A victory for the workers, as per the words of Ivan Hendricks, who represents PSA. After going back and forth multiple court cases, the unions have succeeded in at least withdrawing having to work on Saturday, forcefully so, regardless of the fact that workers were already working on Saturdays, but voluntarily.
Thank you so much to ANN7 reporter Basitana for joining us, then also speaking to Ivan Fredericks, member of NEHAW.